welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging headfirst into something really fascinating. The often invisible yet incredibly powerful psychological forces behind brand loyalty. We're
Right.
going way beyond just, transactions to understand why some brands become, well, almost like part of someone's identity.
Yeah, they get sticky.
Exactly. Sticky. This deep dive is all about uncovering those subtle psychological triggers, the things that foster that really deep-seated customer allegiance.
That's right. Our mission today really is to explore how everyday buyers, like you, like us, can become genuinely devoted to brands, often through emotional connections they might not even consciously clock.
Mhm.
And the sources we've looked at, they're packed with insights. We're hoping to reveal the sort of sticky truth behind these enduring relationships that keep us coming back again and again.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Have you ever stopped to wonder why you stick with certain brands? Like gum on a hot sidewalk, sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, really think about it. It's hardly ever just about the product itself or the price, is it?
Mm.
The research we saw suggests it's much deeper. A kind of psychological honey trap almost.
A honey trap, I like that.
Yeah. And what's really interesting from the material is this idea that the stickiest loyalty programs,
Yeah.
they create a connection that's like more adhesive than industrial strength tape. Pretty wild.
It really is. And what's compelling here is that this totally goes beyond simple transactions.
Right.
We're not just talking about, swapping cash for goods. It's the enduring power of emotional connections that really drives this loyalty.
Okay.
So we're diving deep into the mind's sticky mechanics, really, to see how brands actually achieve this kind of deep attachment, how they forge these bonds that can, withstand competition and time.
So here's where it gets really interesting for me. That fundamental human need, belonging.
Ah, yes, the tribal aspect.
Exactly. I mean, think about it. Why do people queue for hours, sometimes days, for the latest iPhone when, let's be honest, there are plenty of other great phones out there, often cheaper?
Right. It's not just about the tech specs.
No. The studies we looked at really hammer this home as tribal stickiness.
Yeah.
It taps right into that primal urge we all have to belong, to be part of a group,
Yeah.
a community.
Yeah, and this often creates a kind of us versus them feeling, doesn't it?
It does.
And that's an incredibly powerful glue. You see it so clearly with groups like, say, Harley riders or the really dedicated Disney
Oh,
fans.
yeah, Disney adults, totally.
They're not just customers, they feel like members, right? Part of something bigger.
Yeah.
The research shows they develop this really intense identification with the brand. It becomes part of who they are.
Mhm.
And this ties directly into what some sources called status glue or status affirmation. Brands that manage to tap into our need for community status or just social validation, they become almost magnetic.
Irresistible, like honey attracts bears, as one source put it.
Exactly. Sweet, irresistible, and impossibly sticky. When a brand symbolizes belonging or lifts your status within a group you care about, that connection can be incredibly hard to break.
Okay, so belonging is huge, but how do brands actually build that kind of loyalty? How do they construct it? The material we looked at used this really great metaphor. The emotional vault.
Ah, the vault.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Right, so the emotional vault isn't, a physical thing. It's more a framework for understanding how trust and positive feelings about a brand are built up layer by layer over time.
Okay.
Our sources break it down into like 4 key parts. First, there's the trust foundation. That's the basic bedrock, right?
Mhm.
Is the brand reliable, credible?
Makes sense.
Then you've got positive experiences. These are all the good interactions, the smooth transactions, the moments of delight.
Mm-hmm.
They fill up the vault.
Deposits.
Exactly like deposits.
Yeah.
Third is problem-solving magic, or maybe efficacy is a better word. This is huge. When things go wrong, and they sometimes do, how does the brand respond?
Ah, the recovery. Precisely. A good recovery can actually strengthen trust, turning a negative into a positive deposit. And finally, underpinning it all is the emotional superglue base. That's the real connection, the feeling that they get you, that you're safe with them.
So the vault stores all these positive experiences, like liquid cement for the soul.
That's a good way to put it. But, and this is really critical, that trust is fragile.
Right.
If a brand breaks that trust, if they mess up badly and betray that emotional bond, phew, you'll need a metaphorical jackhammer to try and rebuild it. It's incredibly difficult once it's fractured.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
Once that trust is gone, the whole structure crumbles. So how does this play into like mutual exchange? How do small gestures from a brand create such big loyalty? we came across this idea of the reciprocity loop,
Yes, the reciprocity loop, or as you called it,
the loyalty boomerang.
the loyalty boomerang, right. This taps into a really fundamental aspect of human psychology.
Yeah.
We feel obliged to give back when we receive something. The research maps out the cycle pretty clearly. It starts with brand kindness or brand generosity, these small, maybe unexpected acts of value. A little discount, helpful service, a birthday perk, whatever.
Right, things that make you feel noticed.
Exactly. Which leads to the next stage, customer feels or customer appreciation. That moment where you think, hey, they actually get me, they care. That feeling of being understood is crucial.
I could see that.
Then those positive feelings trigger the loyalty response. Attachment starts to form, you feel a pull towards them. And finally, this often blossoms into advocacy born.
So you start telling people.
You got it. Loyal customers become brand evangelists. They recommend it, defend it, spread the word. It's a powerful cycle. Throw kindness, get stickiness back.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly to another one I find fascinating, probably because I see myself doing it all the time.
Uh-oh.
It's why we value things more when we've put effort into them. Even if the result is, well, a bit wonky. We called it the IKEA trap.
Ah, the IKEA Effect. Yes. Anyone who's wrestled with Allen keys and ambiguous diagrams knows this one.
Totally. You spend hours building that Billy Bick shelf, maybe get a shelf slightly crooked,
Happens to the best of us.
but you love it, right? More than some pre-assembled thing you just bought. Why is that?
It's pure psychology. We get invested. The effort creates ownership and affection. The basic idea is investment equals emotional superglue.
Okay.
Your time, your sweat, maybe even your frustration,
Yeah.
it all binds you to the outcome. And this links directly to another concept, cognitive dissonance.
Right. The discomfort when our beliefs and actions don't match up.
Exactly. We hate that feeling. So we perform these little mental gymnastics to make it all fit. If I spent 4 hours building this wobbly table, I must really value this table, right? Otherwise, I wasted my time.
So you justify it to yourself.
Yeah.
Harder than a lawyer defending a guilty client, as one source put it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You emphasize the positives, downplay the negatives. It's got character.
It builds character.
That too. And this all leads to what the research calls the consistency lock. Our deep-seated psychological need to be consistent, to have our actions align with our past choices and beliefs, becomes this powerful force for loyalty.
Almost like a self-imposed brand loyalty prison.
Yeah.
But maybe with better snacks, hopefully.
Hopefully. Once we've committed, especially through effort, we really want to stick with it to maintain that internal consistency. It feels uncomfortable not to.
That consistency lock.
Yeah.
I can see how powerful that is. It's almost like a habit you don't want to break. Okay, so knowing all these psychological drivers, what's next? What does the future hold for brand stickiness? The sources we looked at outlined a kind of progression, didn't they? From basic stickiness towards ultimate glue. Sounds like things are evolving fast.
They really are. The research suggests a clear trajectory. Right now, maybe 2024, basic stickiness, we see a lot of static loyalty programs. You know, points, tiers, fairly standard stuff.
Your basic coffee shop punch card, kind of?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, maybe a bit more sophisticated, but the principle's similar. Then, looking towards 2025, advanced adhesion. The shift is towards more dynamic experience ecosystems, meaning more personalized, adaptive interactions. Brands using data to understand you better and tailor the experience, the offers, the communication. It's less one-size-fits-all.
Okay, more responsive.
Exactly. And then the projection for 2026, ultimate glue, or ultimate connection, this is where it gets really deep. The focus shifts to value-based emotional bonds.
So shared values. Purpose.
Precisely. Loyalty driven by a real resonance between the brand's mission, its ethics, its purpose, and the consumer's own personal values. This seems especially true for younger generations like Gen Z.
Right, they demand transparency, authenticity.
They absolutely do. And when they find brands that align with their values, the bond can be incredibly strong. Stronger than, industrial strength epoxy. So the key insight really is that the stickiest brands, the ones that will thrive, are those that adapt. They need to evolve constantly, like chameleons on espresso, always deepening those connections and staying relevant.
What an incredible journey. We've really peeled back the layers on brand loyalty today. It's so much more than just buying stuff, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's about our deep need for belonging, the careful construction of trust in that emotional vault, the power of giving back with reciprocity, and even our own funny brain quirks like the IKEA effect and needing consistency. It's this really complex dance.
It truly is. And maybe this leaves you, our listener, with something to think about.
Hmm.
As you go about your day interacting with different brands, just pause for a second. How much of your loyalty, the choices you make, is driven by conscious, rational thought? And how much might be influenced by these powerful, often unseen psychological forces we've talked about?
Catching those honey traps in action.
Exactly. Just observe it. It's fascinating to see how much of this plays out in our own lives.